Hey YouTube, I'm gonna give you this Empire Total War online commentary battle. As you can see, I am playing as the Americans. Here's some of my cavalry in the back. I have 2 units of Regiment of Horse with 2 units of upgrades and a General's Bodyguard there. And out here on the end, I have a unit of Light Dragoons. And let's take a look at my line infantry. As you can see, I have 2nd New York, some Minutemen. As we move up the line, I've got 1st Delaware, 2 more Minutemen, 1st Maryland, and some more Minutemen. So as you can see, over half of my line infantry force is Minutemen, and the idea of that is to try and be semi-historically accurate. I have some skirmishing troops up front. I have 2 units of long rifles here, and Morgan's Provisional Rifle Corps, which is one of the elite units of America. On this side, you can see that I've set up my artillery on this hill. I have 2 units of 6-pounder horse artillery, and although you would think putting your artillery on a hill is a good idea, I actually positioned them kind of poorly below the small ridge, and so I actually have terrible firing position since these horse artillery don't arc. So my opponent, seeing my artillery position on the hill, immediately sent some dragoons, and not the light variety, so I nailed them in a downhill charge with my Pulaski's Legion, which is Lancer cavalry. At this point, my opponent charges in more of his cavalry, and I shoot him with my light dragoons, and then I'm going to charge them in melee with my Lancers and my, this is the 2nd Continental Light Dragoon unit here, and, gotta adjust my volume, sorry, it's kind of loud. Yeah, that's my 2nd Continental Light Dragoon unit. It's a cool unit, another elite unit with America that comes in that downloadable content. I would say that DLC is definitely worth it to me, because I like playing as America. Then the Warpath DLC was definitely worth it to me because I like playing as the natives. So you can see my troops mixing it up with the British, and this was the big part of the battle over here. It turned out being decisive. Because I had the height advantage, I was able to use a lesser number of cavalry to fend off a lot larger number of troops sent by my opponent to try and take the hill. Now his biggest problem was that he didn't make one big push to take the hill, and sending in each unit piecemeal allowed me to destroy them. So as you can see, I don't have any line infantry to defend this area, but I do have stakes to defend here against cavalry attacks. And I have my long rifles, a unit, like I said, light dragoons, and my lancers. And all of those, when combined with each other, make a very formidable barrier to my artillery. Which is funny because I don't really know that my artillery caused all that much damage, to be honest. So here's my long riflemen taking care of business. They've killed quite a number of these British line infantry that are approaching them. Here's that unit of British line. Oh, by the way, my opponent's name is King George, so this turned out being nice, because I wanted kind of a revolutionary battle, and my opponent was named King George. And yes, he is new. I could tell because he just unlocked one of the accomplishments that basically says, you know, yay, you've just completed your 10th multiplayer battle. So yes, he was new. But in any case, it was nice. He was nice to play with. So yeah, my long rifles have these guys pinned down, and my long rifles aren't taking exceptionally high losses because of these stakes and having a nice hill advantage there. Now his artillery isn't really hitting home either. He has 2 units of artillery. One of them is this 24-pound foot artillery, and then his other unit of artillery is right here. It's a 6-pound horse artillery. And if I get to show you, my opponent hid some troops here, and I saw them at the beginning of the battle, but I forgot about them, and so I actually came charging up here in my stupidity thinking, oh, I'll wax this unsupported unit of 6-pound horse artillery, and I'll show you the results, as long as I remember to check it when it happens. So, let's take a look at the main portion of my opponent's army. Zoom down here so we can see him. He's got a couple of units, I think 3 units of light infantry, another unit of line infantry here, and then he's got 3 more units of line infantry right here in the front, and then this line infantry that's guarding his cannons. So, as you can see, this unit of line infantry cracked under my light dragoons, and now he's, again, I said his mistake was sending forces to deal with my hill threat piecemeal. He really should have made one large attack, or nothing at all. Let's go see the damage that my artillery has caused. I think my artillery was targeted on this unit. I was hoping to kind of sideswipe him. I've only caused 9 casualties in that unit, You can see more of my shrapnel shot passing through there. I've caused actually quite a number of casualties in this unit, so that's been good for me. His artillery is causing me minimal damage for the most part. I can't really tell what they're targeted on. I've only lost 2 men out of there, and I think some light dragoons. I think I've already made my suicidal attack on his artillery. Yeah, I have. As you can see, I came back with 36 light dragoons, and I killed 3 of his artillery crewmen, so that was definitely not worth it. So now my opponent, realizing that he's in trouble, is going to move up, and for this purpose I've planted stakes here, and that is to try and shield my men slightly from incoming fire. Here's my Morgan's Provisional Riflemen. They're cool, but in this battle they end up getting wailed on because they're facing off against 3 light infantry and a line infantry. So they're definitely outnumbered heavily here. The stakes came in handy, but it wasn't enough to save them. So yep, that's my Morgan's Provisional Rifle Company there. Let's move up the line. Here's my long rifles. They've been taking care of business. Now you notice that I'm letting this line infantry pull up on my long rifles, and the idea of this is to just skirmish and wear these troops down, because remember, I have militia units, which is my Minutemen, and these in real life were just men from the town who had a gun, basically, and were ready at a moment's notice to go and fight in the war. So their morale is accordingly low, because they were not trained and disciplined units. And notice that I'm trying to intermix them with my regular units, like this 1st Delaware.